So I know that in Igbo culture we basically believe in existence of a creator, Okike, Chukwu, the aggregate of all cheese. But that does not basically limit people from asking me questions like why don't you believe in God? Because they don't really understand what it means to be a traditionalist. They don't really understand what it means for somebody to believe in his or her indigenous spirituality and access God through those indigenous means. Because I also tell people that if God had wanted every single one of us to fall under the Christian banner, then basically I would not be different from a white man. I would not have different hair texture and different skin tone. We're going to basically look alike. We will not have people that they are Chinese or they are Korean or they are Igbo, they are Yoruba, with these different distinctions. God will not do that. So if God had wanted it, he's going to basically pick a singular race, and every single one of us living in this earth will basically look as a spitting image of that particular, of what God had intended. But because God did not intend us to basically have the same culture, the same spirituality, he now gave us different ways on how we access the divine. There is no one way to basically access the divine. There are different ways, and every single way how we access the divine is valid. Whether you're a Christian, whether you're a traditionalist, whether you're a Buddhist or a Muslim, it does not matter. That's why when we talk about spiritual gifts, people ask, okay, but when you go to church, you see pastors prophesying. Is it that they basically, go to a dibia and collect things like things that they use, or senabo? Is it that they went to a Dibia's house to basically, how are they seeing these things? And it's correct. If you go to a Dibia, the Dibia will also say the same thing, and it's correct. Now, the simplest answer here is that we were never designed to basically be different. Now, when we talk about spiritual gift, a Dibia, a traditionalist, will have a spiritual gift. A Muslim can have a spiritual gift. A Christian can also have a spiritual gift. There is no limitation to us having this access to different kinds of spiritual gifts. It's something that exists as part of nature. It's nature's gift. Now, because religion is more of a human construct, it does not matter. It's nature's gift. So because you were socialized in a Christian home does not mean if nature has chosen to give you that gift, it will not manifest. As a traditionalist, I manifest some gifts that nature has chosen to give me. But because I believe in my indigenous belief system, ordinary, I see it as a gift from my chi and awo, or chi and ezumezu. So you see the direction I'm channeling into. Now, some other person could be a Christian, and the person will also tell me the same thing. This gift is something God has given me. Something God has given me. It's just that, we humans, we believe in labels. We believe in categories. Something has to be this or it has to be that. But in reality, it does not have to be anything. For something to be good or bad, it depends on the individual tapping or accessing into that power. So this is just what is happening here. But other than that, on a grander scale, when we talk about heaven or hell, I really take a step back. Now, I don't believe in the concept of heaven and hell, not just because culturally we believe in the concept of reincarnation, but other than that, because things have to make sense logically, not just to me, but every other person that is actually listening to me. So personally, when we look from a historical context on how the Europeans actually, how religion, organized religion actually came into place, you will see that religion initially was something that was made for the poor, not the rich. Now, this poor that we're talking about here are just people that they want to perform simple rites, they want to understand God. But because that those people at the top are the people that they would tell you that God is speaking through, now the ordinary person would have to be dependent on some of these structures. Now, if you look from a historical context, you will know that the Bible was never written in English. At some point, it was a taboo, and a taboo, not just a taboo, the consequences of you reading the Bible was death. And not just was this something that was made for the poor masses, but especially women. Now, women were never allowed to read the Bible. But other than that, religion it's an opium of the masses. It helps to calm them down. It helps to tell them, you're looking at it from a perspective of, okay, it's God's work. God said this, God said that, God said we should do this thing in a certain way. Now you know that the system does not favor you, the system is not fair, but because you understand, or because you want to basically position yourself as a beloved of God, you refuse to question the system. You refuse to question whether it is the people in government, because they tell you that it is God that anointed the government. That you should pray for your people, your leaders. You should not criticize them. Just pray for them, because they're the ones God anointed. Just look at the whole Europe monarchy. People believing that a singular family, the royal family, have a superior bloodline. How does this make sense? Now it all has history to religion, to Christianity. So that's like from a historical context. Now let's look at heaven or hell. They will tell you that heaven is a place for the righteous, where the righteous go and have an afterlife, blessed are the meek kind of stories. This is how they perceive heaven. While hell is a place for the damned, is where people that do not match up to God's energy basically go there and relax, go there and live their life the way they want it. Now personally, that does not make sense, because what I see here is it's still the same system. Now in reincarnation, we believe that the purpose of life is for you to basically grow your consciousness. Is for you to grow your consciousness, hold yourself accountable, grow, learn from those mistakes that you've made. Now these mistakes is that no matter what we're doing here, it's still a mistake. It's still a mistake. Learn from those mistakes and grow your consciousness, grow your soul. Now, for instance, why, if we try to seek for justice, why do we seek for justice? We seek for justice because we want to be able to basically reform those individuals, to rehabilitate them. That's why we say that the prison system is a rehabilitation center. These people go there because they need help. They need to become better human beings. And obviously we've seen it happen. Some of these prisoners, they go in there and they become better human beings, and at some point they will be pardoned and they'll be immersed into the social system. Now, for a deity, for a God that believes in mercy, it becomes abnormal that eternally he decided to punish us. He decides to punish you because you did not obey his command. It doesn't make sense. Now he's going to punish you. Okay, imagine, tell you, do not steal. Now a father goes and he steals something for his hungry children, and that father would be punished just because of something as small as that. So where is the mercy? Where is the chance to be a better human being? So personally, I see this life as a way for us to basically grow and learn. There is no need for any hairy place, any fiery place. There is no need for some internal damnation, but there is a need for mercy. There is a need for us to grow this consciousness, because life is full of complexities. It is not straightforward. We have different orientation, different beliefs, different social system. So it does not make sense that all of us suddenly have a particular mindset because it was given to us by some human that basically is seeing, it's just writing from a singular perspective. So aside that, the complexities of life just makes it so that that the concept of reincarnation becomes something that is needful, a chance for you to grow, a chance for you to suffer for the karma that you've inflicted on yourself or from another person, but you have a chance to make it right. Now, until a certain time when you're not able to make it right, it cannot turn you into a coheed, but you've been given a chance to basically make it right. So this is just one of the reasons why, the whole thing about hell is, it just don't make sense. This video is like 9 minutes long, so I'm just going to stop. Maybe next I'm going to talk about why the whole thing about heaven does not also make sense to me. So bye guys.